everybody be all Rudy like that. He's been doing that to everybody.
And we should point out, as the entire basketball world did, SGA only had 4 points in the first half. It's his lowest in any half this season. So all of us were sitting around doing that, wondering, okay, is the 20-point streak in jeopardy? Especially because Julius Randle, he was excellent for them.
Well, Julius Randle, he's become kind of, I want to say he's the connector. And that's where he's at his best. He can pass, he can shoot, he can do all the little things that connect their team.
Game high 32 points for Julius Randle. Cason Wallace gets it ahead to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for the layup. Shai was taking that first half a little bit personally. Were you ever in doubt, Chump, that the streak was going to end?
Not at all, because you see him do a lot of his damage to close out a game.
Yeah.
You know that as long as the game is within reach, he's going to get to the free throw line. I always look for it to balance out.
He absolutely
And there it goes.
did. SGA keeps that 20-point streak alive. The Thunder go on to win. Here's SGA on his scoring streak.
I didn't realize until they were screaming after the free throw. Those type of things have never mattered. It's just always about walking out of here with a W. If I have a night like I have tonight and we win the way we win tonight for the rest of the season, I'll be the happiest guy on earth. So winning is all that matters.
I will definitely tell y'all he lied. He lied. He knew it.
We should have known someone who never sweats like Shai was going to get it done, but I'm not sure I believe that. Here's why it made sense to be a little nervous, though, Amon. 89% of the time during the streak, Shai's gotten to 20 points before the fourth quarter even began, right? So this time around, he didn't complete the mission until the last 2 minutes of the game. That's the second most minutes he's needed to get 20. You don't believe him, though?
I don't believe
You
him.
think he
I don't
knew
believe him.
exactly?
The crowd was going crazy. It's not that hard to count to 20. The crowd was going crazy every
But how impressive was this win overall for the Thunder? I know that the Timberwolves have been a little bit up and down here, but they're still not at full
They
strength.
scored 61 points off their bench. This is a game where Anthony Edwards did a really good job defending Shai. Jalen Williams wasn't playing, and they got 61 points off their bench. Guys, this is why they're going to be hard to beat 4 out of 7. The depth on this team.
They've made it to where it is now you have to be able to play 10 guys. If you can't play 10 guys and play for 48 minutes, you're not going to beat the Thunder. It's just the DNA of it today. They copied it from Boston, and now it's over there in OKC.
But they also are our chess team. So they can play small. They can play Alex Caruso at the 5. They can play Hardenstein. They can play Hardenstein, and then they can play a double big lineup. They can play a single big lineup with a floor spacer. So it's not just that they have talent and depth, it's that they have all of the puzzle pieces. You have 3 all-defensive players.
Right.
You have an MVP. You have an all-NBA guard. There's nothing there's no box that they don't check. And the quality of people that are in the organization willing to sacrifice, that's the next level.
And when you have all the pieces like that, they're able to then mix and match and play and match any sort of lineup that other teams put out on the floor.
And then finish any game with SGA.
SGA, especially
MVP-like thing.
against Ant-Man, who is also right now statistically one of the best closers in the game. All right, let's get to Victor Wembanyama, because did you hear what he said over the weekend, Richard?
I believe him, whatever he said.
About Bam?
Well,
no, I didn't hear that.
He said that he's not even pressed on the gas yet, and he's aiming for an accolade that's only been done by 3 other players. Yes, he also said something else, Simon. And in the WNBA, after talk stretched into the early morning hours again, where do the league and players' unions stand as they're back at the negotiating table today? Plus, Cooper Flagg, he put up impressive numbers in Dallas's win over the Cavaliers, and for the first time, he opened up to me in an exclusive one-on-one conversation about his Rookie of the Year campaign. There's Shams Charania. Shams, what more can you tell us about the NBA exploring the idea of adding expansion teams? We're talking about Las Vegas and Seattle here.
Malika, the conversations are underway. Sources tell me that the NBA owners will hold a vote next week to take the next step and explore 2 exclusive expansion teams in Las Vegas and Seattle as soon as the 2028-29 NBA season. This vote next week is seen as a formality to pass. It'll need 23 of 30 governors to vote in favor, because industry executives expect bids in the $7 to $10 billion range for each of these teams. But first has to be a multi-step process. Next week, the vote that will allow the league to then have a bidding process for these 2 teams, and then, depending on where those bids shake out, potentially in the $7 to $10 billion range for both, a final vote later in 2026 to move forward with the transaction to bring this league to 32 teams. And so my understanding is there is a growing majority of owners that are on board with the expansion because the growth of revenue that's going to take place over the coming couple of decades with these two markets. There are still some owners, though, that are hesitant because the pie goes from 1/30th to 1/32nd. So we'll see exactly how the NBA has these conversations, how the bidding goes. But this is a first step to multiple steps of expansion in the NBA.
Very interesting. When you put the money in front of these owners, that makes a lot of sense to me. I think the question that comes to mind, Shams, is just the talent and how much talent is there to go around to support a 32-team league. We certainly will see, but this is the first step, as you mentioned, this voting process. Shams, thank you very much for that insight. I want to bring it inside our Los Angeles studio. We got a pair of championship teammates, Iman Shumpert, his bag, Richard Jefferson, Brian Windhorst. Brian, I am curious about the talent piece of all of this. But first, I think about the fans, right, in Seattle, in Las Vegas, and the real excitement there. I don't want to tease anybody with anything that isn't going to come to fruition.
We're not going to tease. I know that there's been some stops and starts in this, and there's definitely a process, as Shams was describing. But for the first time, really, since 2008, I think if you're a Seattle Sonics fan, you can truly start to believe that the Sonics are in the process of coming back. And that's what's most important, I think. There's a lot of things to be ironed out, but I will tell you this. There are going to be multiple bidders offering lots of money for both of these markets. And I think because of the money, that will solve the other concerns. You can ask concerns about talent. You can offer concerns about dilution. You can offer concerns about the expansion draft. You can offer concerns about who might have to move to the Eastern Conference. All of those will be interesting. The panacea for all of it is the amount of money we're talking about here, which once the Celtics and the Lakers sold for as high of a price as they did, resetting the market, and they believe that there are bidders that will put up this kind of money, it's going to win over the owners who are on the fence and get this process moving.
I believe they call that Boku bucks, a lot of money, Richard. But do you think the good outweighs the bad here? How are you looking at this?
Oh, this is all good. What's taking so long? I have no idea. We talk about, is there enough players? There's plenty of players in this league, especially when you look at some of the cap rules, right? So you can't have these loaded up teams. That means there's a trickle-down effect.
Well, there's a bunch of teams tanking right now. I think that's the question she sort
We made it 4 minutes and 8 seconds without mentioning tanking.
No, but
but
it's really and Shump, you understand this. Seattle, Las Vegas, these are basketball havens, especially Seattle, up in Washington. So it's a beautiful thing to see it possibly coming back. I just pray that it's actually true this time because Seattle is one of the best places that I've ever played.
Yeah, get excited. If you're a fan, get excited. I think when you start talking about the NBA making more money, they're not going to step away from it. So let's focus on the money. It's a lot of money involved. Let's get the fans excited. Exactly.
Easy to focus on.
Think it's
and
coming.
then, maybe another one of your former teammates might be interested in that team in
That's
Las
a lot of
Vegas.
money. He got a lot of money. I don't know.
Well, speaking of LA.
Call a brother. That's all I'm saying.
And look who's joining us here on SportsCenter, the aforementioned Tyson brothers, Jalen and younger brother Jordan. Jordan, I'll start with you. You two could make history. First siblings, drafted in the first round, two different pro sports, but in the same city because Cleveland, the Browns, 2 first-round picks. What's the family plan if that happens with you two?
That's a good question. Feel like we're gonna have to make things shake if it happens, but I don't know. Definitely gonna be living together. Definitely gonna be doing a lot of stuff together, and yeah, it's gonna be real fun if it does happen.
Who buys the house? Who's staying in the master bedroom then?
He gonna buy it and he gonna get the master bedroom. I'm the one that's on the cheaper side. He like to spend a little more than me.
Jalen, listen, you've described each other as best friends. Have you thought about what it's going to be like to see baby brother fulfill his dream and be selected in the NFL draft?
Yeah, I mean, I just seen it was 38 days away, so he's coming in very, very soon. I still remember me going through all my little pre-draft stuff and all that. It's starting to get emotional because it's starting to get surreal now. I pray to God that he goes to a good organization like I got to become here. And they take care of him and let him develop as a player and as a human being. But it's going to be a surreal moment. It's going to be an emotional moment for me for sure.
That's fantastic. Jordan, listen, draft 38 days away. Best advice Big Brother has given you about becoming a pro?
Just not being too high, not being too low. Just consistent being yourself and just being a day-to-day guy and just, yeah, not being too high, not being too low. I feel like this game brings a lot of ups and downs. A lot of stuff doesn't go your way and a lot of stuff does go your way, but just having that kind of like safe spot of just being in the middle and not being complacent and not being too high or low. That's what I'd say.
Jordan, I know that you've met probably with a number of teams already, and generally they like to ask you some questions, some of them outrageous. Tell us one thing that you were asked that even caught you off guard.
I don't think I got asked like any outrageous questions. There was some cool stuff. I think one of the teams, they had like one of the little things. It's like 3 different colors, and then they throw it and they yell out a color, and you got to catch that color. And that was pretty fun. And I did that, and I did pretty good. And then there was one organization where it was like 2 hats, and everybody was telling me, "Oh, pick the dominant hat, pick the dominant hat." But I like white, so I chose the white one instead of the dominant.
Jalen, I'm kind of curious. Did they did the same thing with you in the NBA? Did they ask you anything out of the ordinary or crazy?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of questions they asked, personal questions, but it was kind of similar to his. I remember one of them I was playing, what's it called? What's that beanbag game? Cornhole. I was playing cornhole. I was I lost my time there. So I was like, man, we're running this back. Like, I'm playing again. They didn't let me play again, but I'm gonna spin back later on.
Jordan, your former Arizona State teammate, Cam Scatterbo, did an interview, and he was pleading with the Giants to draft you. Now, look, if you could pick any team to call your name on April 23rd, which team would you say?
Dude, I don't really have a choice, so I don't really have a preference, to be honest. Just just keep going. Just be complacent with it all and just be happy with it all and continue to be myself. But yeah, Cleveland wouldn't be too bad.
What would you think if the Giants took you and you be reunited with Cam Scatterbo?
That'd be real nice. They got a nice little young core there. They have a good defense, good offense, a lot of weapons, a lot of playmakers, and I feel like I could fit right in for sure. But yeah, like again, it's not up to me.
Okay, we're gonna play a little game. We're gonna call it sibling rivalry. This is rapid fire, so we're gonna go real quick here. Jalen, who's the better athlete between you two?
Me.
I mean, you didn't even hesitate. Jordan, who got on mom and dad's nerves more growing up?
Him, for sure. Excuse me?
Okay, Jalen, who's more likely to succeed in the other brother's sport?
Honestly, I'm gonna give it to him. He's a good basketball player. I'll give it to him.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not going on football field. I like the pay here. I like the longevity. I want to stay on this side.
Yeah, I love it. Jordan, when it comes to pregame dressing, who's got the better swag?
He got more swag. He got more clothes. He has a wide variety of stuff. But I feel like if we're just talking about one day, shoot, my one-day fit gonna be better than his, to be honest.
Okay, if you two become roommates, Jordan, or I should say, Jalen, I'll ask you this one. Who's the better cook?
I'm not cooking.
I can't cook. I can't cook either. So we gonna have to. Mama, daddy, somebody gonna have to do that.
I love it. Hey, look, this has been great. Jordan, best of luck to you. Jalen, obviously, best of luck to you and those Cleveland Cavs, especially with the playoffs right around. We appreciate you spending some time with us on SportsCenter.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my man.